presentation gives an overview of XenData X workstation software. The software runs on a Windows 7 computer and manages one or more LTO tape drives, and also an unlimited number of offline LTO cartridges. Archive and restore operations are performed using Windows Explorer. XenData X workstation software includes a plugin to Explorer, which creates two additional devices in the left navigational pane. The uppermost is called LTO drives. This shows all the LTO tape drives connected to the system, and in this case it's just one, and it contains an LTO tape cartridge with a volume label Venice Project 02. Below LTO drives is LTO shelf. This is really a virtual device which shows all the LTO tape cartridges that the system's ever seen, and it allows the contents of those tape cartridges to be browsed. Files may be archived to LTO from any accessible logical drive letter or network share. I'm going to copy files from my desktop from this folder named 12, and I want to copy to a specific place in the LTO file system. I'm going to expand the LTO folder structure to reveal the location I want to copy the desktop folder to. I can either copy and paste or drag and drop. I'll simply drag and drop. Move down this window into the window available to the movie and look at the transfer rate. I'm getting a transfer rate which really is limited by the hard drive on the system. It's running at over 120 megabytes per second, but if the hard drive were not a limitation, it would be much closer to the limitation of the drive, the LTO drive, which is 140 megabytes a second. So there we copied 3 video files in total size about 2.5 gigabytes. Restoring files from LTO is just the reverse process of archiving. I'm now looking at the same files that we copied to LTO, and I'm going to restore them to a network share. I will first select them and copy. On our network we have a Mac Pro with an available share. I'm going to, actually 2 shares, I'm going to the share test files, and I will create a new folder. Let's call it 12. Expand that out and paste the files. Move this window down. The XenData X workstation software always restores files in tape order, and it's now moving the tape to the beginning of the first file. One of the key requirements for getting best restore performance from LTO is to sort file requests into tape order. This is because LTO is a sequential recording medium, and it's important to avoid unnecessary time-consuming seeks. If you are restoring, say, a folder with 500 small files, the restore time is much shorter because of this approach. It avoids a huge amount of toing and froing on the tape. I also want to mention the time remaining displayed by Windows Explorer. Here it says 14 minutes, and it's always a gross overestimate. The transfer is now complete, and we've just copied about 2.5 gigabytes of video files over the network. If I want to look at the entire contents of the archive, including the LTO cartridges which are no longer in drives, I can browse using LTO shelf. I'm going to look at the contents of the tape with the volume label Venice Project 02. Simply a matter of expanding LTO shelf, expanding the folder structure, and I can browse the entire contents of the archive. I do have an alternative way to look at the offline archive, and that's to use the reports generator, which is another part of the product. I can obtain information about the entire archive by running XenData reports. The report generator is launched from the Start button, and it provides 3 different types of report. I'll just select New Report, select the report type, and I've got a choice of an archive status report, a file search report, and a tape cartridge contents report. Archive status gives an overview of all the LTO cartridges that the system knows about, including the available free space on each. File search allows me to enter a search term, and it will identify all the files that contain the search term within the file name or the path. And the third report type, tape cartridge contents, allows me to obtain the contents of any LTO cartridge. Once I've got my report, I can save it in a number of different formats, including delimited text, which allows me to import the report into Excel for further processing. I hope that I've demonstrated how easy it is to use an LTO video archive running XenData 6 workstation software. The solution is designed for video applications, but actually it will take any file type. It's fast on both archiving and restoring. It'll manage an unlimited number of offline tapes, making the capacity of the system practically unlimited. Thank you.